I'll give you what to tweet here in just a minute. Hey everybody, welcome back to Facetious. This is episode 66, recorded on Monday, March 27th, 2017 at approximately 6:06 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm your host, I'm Larry, aka Bluemanrule, and I am happy to be joined by my main Damon, the cookie chef supreme himself, my other Mass Effect lover, none other than Mike, aka Scarfinger, aka Real Talk. What's up, dog?
I can't deny it. I'm a fucking rider. You don't want to fuck with me.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. No, hey, before we get started, we'll get into what you've been playing. But before we get started, I want to send a couple of real quick notes. Number one, first one up is Brian, aka Juggler of Geese. Man, his dad is in the hospital. He's in stable but critical condition. So if you do, keep him in your prayers, man. Lift his family up. Do whatever you can. Really appreciate that. He's a really good dude.
You ain't the praying type, spirit fingers will help.
Right.
You know
hey,
what I'm saying?
anything
will do. Spirit fingers that shit.
Right. Do what you can. So quick shout outs there. Second shout outs along the same lines of people in need. Will, aka Geek William. We mentioned at the end of the show last week, and I'm starting it up again this week, but he's still in need to fix his car. It's about $1,400 worth of repairs he needs to do to fix his mom's car, or his car, to carry his mom around. He's his mom's caregiver, and they kind of need that. That's the only type of transportation that they really have, and the public transportation system down there in Lawton is awful. So please do what you can. Pray for provision. If you can provide and help, then great. If not, then we understand, but do what you can. So
I was supposed to do that. I completely forgot. I forgot everything because I've been playing Mass Effect.
Right. Mass Effect has tended to invade the brains. So, Mike, why don't you go ahead and tell people what you've been doing while I get this tweet sent out? Go ahead and do that, man.
Bro, I have been doing so much in Mass Effect. Like, you know what? I spent most of my time on EOS. Like, I got my EOS is like 98%.
What?
Like, the only thing really I haven't done is the Kett base.
Okay.
That's pretty much. I mean, as far as like a big mission or whatever, like I've done everything. I met Zahid's son. I met everybody. I did all that. So then I went to I left EOS and went to Havari.
Havari. I think it's an L. I want to say it's an L, but it might be an I. But
I thought it was an I.
It could be an I. Okay.
Havari. I went there and I pretty much did the main mission, a couple of smaller things, and then I left because I got the message from Cora. She wanted to check out, she had to go back to EOS to do some to figure out what happened with the Asari base. So no, it's not cocaine white. It's pink, dog. Turn to the side. It's pink. Your boy Samson Simpson is talking about your cocaine white headset. It's pink.
Nah, man, it's pink. It's pink and white. That was limited edition. I got it at $73, and now retails for like $100 and something on Amazon. So I got to get this.
It was the breast cancer joint, right?
It was a breast cancer joint. Yep, absolutely.
Okay. So I left there, and then I went back to EOS, and then I was like, well, while I'm here,
right,
I might as well do some of this other stuff. And holy crap, is the map on EOS huge?
Massive, dog. That map is ridiculous, man.
I realized there are some things in this game that is very reminiscent of Mass Effect 1.
Yep, absolutely.
And those are things I absolutely did not miss at all. Like the driving up mountains and shit, I didn't miss. Having the limit on items you could hold and having to break shit down and all that other stuff. I crafted a sniper rifle, right? I used the Pathfinder sniper rifle, right? So I went to craft another one. No, I went to craft another one, added some augments, and I'm like, hell yeah, this joint about to be off the chain. Why this thing don't do it don't do nothing.
What?
Like I could usually, I got a Pathfinder 1, and I could usually down headshot a couple of in like 2 or 3 shots, and this thing I'm just bucking and nothing's happening.
Wow.
Like nothing is happening. So I had to deconstruct that shit because I'm like, wait, what's up, Will? They need a place for me to. They need a storage place for me to put shit. Like
Really?
I don't really like deconstructing all of this stuff that I might want to use later. And
yeah, you're right, and that's where the only thing I've deconstructed are the things that I have duplicates of, right? So if I have more than one piece of armor or gun, then that immediately gets deconstructed.
That's what I started with, and like deconstructing the lower ones of it and stuff like that. And I started deconstructing some of the mod pieces. All of the level 1 mod pieces usually come with a negative. So I started deconstructing those, but I still got too much stuff, and I need to figure out a way to increase my inventory, or
there's a way. What's your inventory?
I'm sure there is 50.
Yeah, it can go up to 65 if one of the cryopods, if you go down to commerce and you do like trading capacity, it's the very bottom one on the list. It'll say it says it increases your carry capacity, and I'm at 65 right now. So
okay, yeah, I got one of those, but I ain't been back to the Nexus in so long.
Oh, really?
I ain't been back to the Nexus in a minute. So then I went on to the I went on to Vold. And I've been pretty much involved. Well, okay, so I got onto the game. I decided to try to take on the assembler one more time.
One more again?
One more again. Because I died like 8 times trying to fight that shit on EOS.
Right, ain't no joke, right?
So I started doing a whole bunch of missions, right? And then I did this one long mission where they give you the the side door to take down the shields and stuff like that at Vold.
Yeah.
And that mission was long as hell, and the guy at the end is a complete pain in the ass. Complete pain in the ass. It was the I can't think of his name. It was like the
dude with the ball that goes around.
Yeah,
he ain't no joke. He ain't no joke. He
caught me. He caught me the first time. He teleported to me and then caught me in the ball and just crushed me, dog.
Yeah. That's just
and then it was like, man, I did all that just to get crushed, and now I got to do all this shit again.
Just like your hopes and dreams.
Yeah, like I'm trying my hardest not to Nepo this shit.
Right.
But I try not to Nepo it, but I keep dying and having to do shit over. I'm exploring the ice cave right now, and I died. Well, actually, the game force closed on my ass. It crashed.
Oh, did it?
Luckily,
Man,
luckily I had a save in there. That's the first time it force closed on.
Really? Okay. Yeah, because I've been having some issues, man, and it just ain't. I don't know.
I spent pretty much all day, so I still haven't done the base, and I haven't gotten the remnant joints. I'm really not looking forward to playing Sudoku, but I did not know because I did the outpost damn near last on EOS. Well, before I left and came back because of Korra, I did the outpost damn near last. So I didn't know that you could put the outpost there before all of this.
Oh no, I did it last as well because it was like, you know what, you might have some issues. I was like, okay, I'm gonna take care of these issues first. So that's what I did. Yeah,
so I ended up going to the outpost on Vold, and it let me put the outpost down.
Yep.
Then here's the worst part. They didn't let me choose this time.
Oh, so they just it didn't let me choose either because it said when you made the first one that you would set a precedent. So like the second one is automatically whatever you did for the first one. I'm like, man.
I went with the science. Like
me
we
too.
Need that science.
Yeah, you need that.
We need that science.
Right? That events the military. So
I did that, and I mean I'm having a lot of fun.
Me too, man.
I have noticed myself getting a little bit motion sick sometimes.
Really?
I don't know what it is. And then like I'm sitting here messing around because I was supposed to be I'm supposed to be at the grocery store right now because I completely forgot what day it was.
What?
So I'm sitting there and my girl had to come charge her phone.
Okay.
So I'm sitting there and I just did that big mission and I'm like, well, I'll tackle some of the small junk. So I went to, there's one where you gotta find some scouts.
Okay.
So you find the scouts and you go to the thing and they all got, and you're like, okay, you gotta go down. You gotta go down. You gotta go down the canyon.
That's a great mission, dog. Like that side mission turned into a beast, boy.
No. Let me tell you what happened. So, so I start heading down the valley or the canyon or whatever you want to call it. And I saw that damn assembler flying. I said, skirt. I turned the fuck around and
said, nope. You want some too, old man? No.
Nope. Yes. I turned around and I went to do something. I went to do something else. Okay. So here's my biggest problem so far.
Okay.
They told me that if whatever you pick, your twin is still in the game, and your twin is not really in the game. I've only been to talk to him once.
Right.
And I wish that at the very least, I wish that I could have my twin as a party member.
You know, that would be cool because you kind of had that in Dragon Age 2, but yeah, it's just a little different, man.
Speaking of Dragon Age, the conversations that you have while you in the car driving around that they have is hilarious. Right now, I have Cora and the reptile cat. He looks like a reptile cat. What's his name? He kind of looks like
Jaw.
Yeah. He kind of looks like a reptile cat, but kind of looks like Jar Jar also.
Right.
So they're talking and they have a conversation about family and about, she asked him how many brothers and sisters that he got, and he's just like, I got like 8 brothers and sisters. And she was like, really? I don't have any. And he was like, really? How do they do that? Why would you do that? And then they have a conversation about abiotics and stuff like that, but they're really having conversations about shit. And like whoever you have in the car when you're driving around, they really have conversations, and I think that's pretty dope. You didn't get a lot of that in Mass Effect, especially for the DLC missions. When you're out on a mission, they don't talk very much.
Right. No, they really don't. Generally, they would have some things go along. People would comment on something that happened every now and then. But now it's really not. But it is when you're traveling around that they do feel that dead space, which I kind of appreciate. Right. So I enjoy the game.
Because there's a lot of drama.
Yeah, but I enjoy the game. But you know what? You don't have to. Once you establish those little pods, you can fast travel everywhere. That's what I've been doing.
I fast travel when it's more convenient. But then, finding these damn memory things is a complete pain in the ass.
Man, I tell you, those
because they're always in some like remote location and all this other stuff. And then not only do you have to go all the way back to the Nexus, but then you got to go all the way back to your ship. Is there a way that you can just, when you get to the Nexus, just go on the ship instead of going to the Nexus first?
I don't know. I know that when you're riding around in the Mako, if you press and hold Y, you can extract straight to the ship. But I don't know.
Right. But I would like no, you got to go back. You got to go back to your arc in order to access those memories and shit.
Right, you got to go back to Sam Node, and that's a pain. And here's the thing that I really wanted. Remember when we were talking about in the group, and one of the things that I really wanted people to do, since we have all this technology now, I shouldn't have to go back to a particular location to do certain things, right? With these Omni tools and given the universe that I'm in, I should be able to do everything straight from my wrist, dog. Like, it should be that way regardless.
I'm gonna tell you, this is a problem with Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah,
and it's a problem of KOTOR, where you get a mission,
okay,
and then you have to go to a place with a load, and then go back to a place loading, and then you got to go back to another place with loading. Like, yo, why can't everything I need to get done right here? Like, it makes no sense that I see the protesters.
Right.
And I'm like, and it's like, yo, you should go check out the protesters. All right, cool. So I go load the game, go to the protesters, and then it was like, well, we got to figure out how to handle this. So now you got to go and take the tram all the way back to the operations center where you talk to the Turian dude, and then he gathers all of and then he brings in all of the other people. Then you got to turn around, load the game again, go all the way back there.
Right.
And it's just like, bruh, it's really not that serious. Like I could have did this conference by phone through my Omni tool.
Exactly.
It would have been just fine. Like it would have been cool. I could have been standing there by the protesters. I could have walked to the side and be like, "How you want me to handle this?"
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right. You gonna see your mans? All right. Like that is a pain when you're doing the Nexus missions, and then of course the Sudoku. Some of the Sudoku is not very hard, but some of it is
tough.
Annoying as hell.
Some of it is tough. Some of it's tough.
Yeah. But I'm all in all, I'm enjoying the shit out of the game.
Me too, man. I really am. It's hard to say. Again, it's not as if Mass Effect is without any errors, right? It has its faults. It has its issues. Yes, there's some.
They've all had it. They've all had flaws.
Right.
Especially one.
One had quite a few flaws. Absolutely.
This is very much a callback to one.
It is very remnant, quote unquote, of Mass Effect 1. It really is. You caught that, huh? So I will say this though. Despite all of that, I am really drawn back to that game. Like, despite every day, I'm like, I got to get in some more time because it's just that deep. It's just that thick. I will say that relationships progress at a rate much faster than I ever anticipated. I feel like things progress really quickly, but I like the fact that he can.
I ain't knocked no boots yet, but I heard it's pretty easy.
Yeah, I hear it's pretty easy, and he can also have flings. So you can have flings with some people in long-term relationships with others. And I'm about to go that route for real. I got a guide on how to get that accomplished. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna handle that. But yeah, man. So I'm a big fan of it. So you guys know I'm a Mass Effect guy. Here's my thing. The reason I think Mike and I are enjoying it because, as we mentioned last show, we completely lowered our expectations on the game. Like, we didn't go in with these high expectations. We were just like, all right, we're just gonna play the game for what it is.
No, I had expectations, but my expectations were it's more Mass Effect. And I didn't set my expectations higher than it's Mass Effect. It's more Mass Effect. Right. Is this gonna be like Mass Effect? It's like Mass Effect. I'm cool. Like, that's pretty much my that's pretty much my thing. Like, right. I have. And like I said, and I know that the homie AZ was worried about the nudity and stuff like that. I just haven't went that route. I haven't really talked to anybody like that.
Right. And
I mean, there was a little bit of flirtation. There was a little bit of flirtation from Peavy, but I'm like, nah, we good. Like, let's go ahead and keep this straight. I heard if you talk to people, if you always use the heart, conversation, that usually leads you down that path.
Yep. What up, Rasta? Nah, glad you dropped in, man. Just gave our impressions of Mass Effect. Scar and I both like it, man. And despite the flaws, we're still drawn back to it. Like, Mike was on it all day, and Rasta said he likes the game too. So it really is a good experience. And this is coming from
because Rasta is a Mass Effect 1 dude.
Right. Well, Ross is just a Mass Effect guy, and I think people need to understand. Like, generally, the people who are more critical of a series are the fans of it. But what people need to understand is that these are people like even Rasta, like me and Mike. We're really hardcore fans of Mass Effect, and we like it. So if we like it, I think it'll be a decent experience for folks. A good jump.
I watched this video about what really happened. And it's a good video, and it talks about the fact that they held back the the embargo until a day before release. And because they held that embargo back, but you could play just a very small sample of the game with EA Access, everybody just kind of, you know, made up their own minds about everything. And like, if no one has ever told you, get the hell off EOS.
Right.
Like, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Don't be like me. Once you get off EOS, like it holy shit, does it open up?
Right.
It really opens up, and you have a lot of things to do. Holy shit, there's so much to do. I know. Last time I looked at a save, that was back when I was still on EOS. I had already put in 19 hours.
Right, it ran quick, didn't it? I looked up, it was 17 hours, and I was like, man, I'm still on the first stinking planet. And that's the same thing I told Zion Tame, man. Shout outs to boys at OMG Hour, man. Love those dudes. Sean was talking about, he's like, I don't know about the demo. And I'm like, and I told him, look, man, this game, and I literally said this in quotes, this definitely has a get off the Citadel feeling. You got to get off that first place. You got to get off of there before the game opens up. And it's just like Dragon Age Inquisition. You got to get out of the hinterlands before you really gonna get into it. Like, that's just how it is.
Yeah, I never made it out of there. That's why I didn't gravitate to DragonAge, because I didn't make it out of there.
But you and many other reviewers,
you told me that. You did tell me that.
Yeah, you got to do that.
But I never reviewed the game. I always say, you know, I probably would have gotten into the game, but I stopped. I hit a point where I was just kind of like, and then I just stopped. So I never tried to review the game. I never tried to sway anybody. I even tried out the multiplayer with you.
Yep.
And so I don't talk down about the game, because I know that I didn't play it enough to give an accurate response. Right. But what EA did by trying to include access and all of this kind of stuff,
what up, Keith?
It gave rise to the trolls. And this is a conversation that we've had before. Mm-hmm. The guy talks about how you can get a lot of views if you release YouTube videos or articles talking trash about something,
right? And
even something that you haven't finished and you don't know much about. But if you talk trash about it, you can get a lot of views, and people get paid that way. People really get paid that way, and because of that, EA let this happen when they didn't let the reviews go up around the same time as the EA Access. Had they let the reviews go up around the same time as EA Access, then the honest reviewers could have said, just hold off. You only stuck on EOS. You can't even finish EOS. Wait till you get off EOS. Like, real reviewers who people actually listen to, not me, because I don't pay attention to reviews. But a lot of people care. So yeah, and he said he went in with zero expectations. Like I said, I think I said it right before you got here. Only expectation I had was, is this more Mass Effect?
Right. And it has not disappointed, guys. And so, like, what up, Keith? Keith is in here. He's a huge Mass Effect guy. Will said, and Keith said, Mass Effect just gets better and better. And I completely concur with that assessment. Like, you can see from the edges on the fringes when you first play the game exactly how deep it and how big it is. But as you continue to play, you learn how things become more complex, how all the upgrades affect you, how all the relationships that develop affect your characters and ultimately you. You learn all of these things. Yeah, man.
Let me tell you, people are coming up with these combinations of shit that you can do. It sounds like fucking Diablo. Like, I watched this video. Because is nice, you know somebody who's like really into Diablo. They know, okay, like, you got this armor set, you got this armor set and all this other stuff. I seen this video where this dude tells you the best thing, and what he does is he gets a level 5 remnant shotgun. He gets a level 5 remnant shotgun because it regenerates and stuff like that. And he tells you how to craft it and what to put in your craft. And it's all about keeping your shields.
Okay.
So that thing, of course, it automatically comes back. You know, the ammo automatically comes back, and then you put in the thing that every time you shoot something, you get back 25% shields.
Nice.
And then he said, like, when you're waiting for the thing to recharge, even though mostly it stays charged at level 5, then you add the charge ability, because when you level up the charge ability, you recover shields when you charge.
When you impact people, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All he did was he loaded a couple of levels and just ran through stuff, and he seemed like he was perfectly okay. Like, ain't shit wrong here.
Ain't nothing to see
here. And then he paused the game and showed that he was playing on hardcore, and it was like he wasn't even touched.
What? See, that's the type of build that you need to make, that I need to make for multiplayer, because I do charge and I do shotgun and I do Nova, and my other power is just, you know, it's just there for bonus. But look, Mike. So final assessments, everyone, is that Mass Effect.
Oh, and I finally got my Vanguard build. I love the fact that you can do different profiles. I got my normal biotic profile that I use pretty much. I primarily use it with a sniper rifle, because that sniper rifle is the tits, as they say.
As you say, and then I've never heard anyone say that, but go ahead, please continue, sir.
Then I have my Vanguard profile, and I like my Vanguard profile. I need to put more points into the stuff that I have.
Right.
I'm using Charge Nova Shockwave.
Yep, I have one of those, but I actually changed it to Charge Nova Overload or Energy Drain. So I have like either one. So I like those. It's a good way to go about it.
I probably need to go with one of those, because I have a really hard time against enemies with shields.
Yep, and that's why I did the Energy Drain, because once you do that, that thing really comes down, and so does Overload. Overload really affects those shields, but if you can get some Disruptor ammo, you can really take down some shields real quick.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, here's my tip. Here's my tip.
Here we go.
And nobody tells you this unless you do a whole lot of reading, which I don't really. You don't really know this. One of the coolest things you can do when you're a biotic, do a pull, hold the button. Because it pulls them all the way to you. Now, either if you have throw, you can throw them back into whatever, like you saw in the preview.
Right.
Or if you have a good melee weapon, you can just punch the shit out of them while they're hanging in the air.
Nice.
Man, listen, I do that all the time. I'd be like, get over here. Bam.
That Krogan hammer.
I haven't gotten the Krogan hammer yet, but I have a Ket sword. I just had one built, and I'm about to equip that bad boy. But I found it. I didn't even have to. I got a Ket level 3 sword. Nice. Ooh, that's nice, dog. That I found. Yes, nice. Sir. All right, Mike. So let me talk about a couple of things, because I got a couple of issues that I just want to talk about today. And then we'll talk about the poll of the week a little later. So up first, man. When Holy Headshot hit you up last week about those avalanche cookies, dog, I felt like that was a pretty good shots fired. Like he was like, I know. No, I was like, I saw it as challenge. Like, right. I can do that. Like I haven't, but that doesn't mean I can't. And I'll probably make them better than anybody else. I put my name on that. Man, all I saw was a whole lot of bacon platters, and I saw a whole lot of dishes with cookie lumps on them. And so I was like, uh-oh, he calling you out, dog. Like, he calling you out. Like, stand off. Like, what? He can't see me. I'm the Cookie Monster for real. Like, they don't call me that for nothing. That's what's up, man. So that's what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to hear, man. So hopefully you can put them in there, give them a shot, try them out, locally at the job or whatever, man, and see what's up. But all right. Yeah, I got another. How you out here making cookies with cereal? Nigga, you get the fuck out of here. All right. Cookie with cereal and marshmallows. Fuck out of here. You silly, man. You silly, dog. Hey, but you know what Fruity Pebbles, though? I like the Fruity Pebbles, the joint where they make them kind of like Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah, I like those. I'm not really gonna eat no Fruity Pebbles just straight because those they're not in big enough pieces for it to really work right when you put them in milk.
You're right.
It don't go good. So and then it gets all soggy all fast and shit. Like,
okay, real quick. You like your cereal soggy or crunchy?
Depends on the cereal.
I don't think so. I think it's always better if it's a little bit soggy. Like, I think that's just me. I don't use a lot of milk. No, let's be clear. I need the milk to come up just below to where it's just visible under my cereal, right? It need to be creeping through like that, right? That's how the milk needs to be.
No,
so
I need the milk.
I don't need it over the cereal.
Into the top. I need that. I need that.
I don't need it, dog. That's not where your boy is about. That's too much milk for me. Like, even if it's soy milk, because I'm lactose intolerant. Even when I was a kid, I didn't like that much milk. Like the cereal being right there, I didn't like it.
Let me tell you something. I'm lactose also, but let me tell you. You tried that cashew joint though? Have you tried some cashew milk?
No. Can't have nuts in the house. So.
Oh, I forgot.
Soy milk is my.
So you gotta go for it.
Yeah.
Like I said, it depends on like Will say, give me that crunch. It depends on the cereal.
The cap.
It depends on the cereal. Now I know if I eat some Captain Crunch with some crunch berries, I know it's gonna tear the roof off. I know it's gonna tear the roof off my mouth, but yeah, I need a little bit of crunch when I get that when I'm on that Captain Crunch with the berries. I don't do it without the berries. Let's be real about it.
Okay, so you one of the
don't eat no Captain Crunch without no berries. Even though, and let's be honest. The only reason why niggas like Crunch berries because it's the same exact thing. It tastes exactly like the Smurf cereal.
I don't know. I didn't really have Smurf cereal.
It tastes exactly like the Smurf cereal, my nigga. Like, it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same taste.
Will said
I've never been a cinnamon toast crunch person. Even though I'm very much a cinnamon dude. I love cinnamon. I put cinnamon in my cookies, all that other stuff. You know, to varying degrees, I put cinnamon in pretty much all of my cookies.
I'm about to pull up something for y'all because this is my favorite cereal that I've ever had. There are two, and they are amazing. And a lot of people don't know much about them, but I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all what's up. So this right here is probably my favorite cereal. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you guys. And because
don't come with no mess,
man.
Don't come with no mess.
No mess, dog. Do you know who you talking to? I don't even think. Good morning.
I don't see it yet. Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. Good morning.
Present to everyone. Good mornings, dog. Good mornings is a waffle-based cereal. So what you're looking at is they're shaped like waffles. They taste like they have syrup on them already. Off the chain. That's number one. Number two. Listen. This is number two. I don't want anybody saying that I never gave y'all anything because this is my older son's favorite. Because I put him up on these because I ran across him one day.
I've heard about those stuff.
Okay, so I don't know if it's still sharing.
And those malto meals?
Man, blueberry muffin tops is off the chain. Now, I know you guys, hopefully you guys can see it for real, but blueberry muffin tops is where it's at. If you haven't tried that, you need to get on that. Blueberry muffin tops taste like a blueberry muffin with sugar. Oh man, it's so stinking good. But anyway,
I'll try one day.
Anyway, all right, I'll stop broadcasting that to everybody, but I wanted you guys to see those are my two favorite, period. And guess what? I didn't find these. These weren't actually on shelves until I was an adult. So they've replaced all my favorite kid cereals and stuff. But yeah, man, blueberry. Terrence said Apple Jacks, aka Lucky and Lucky Charms are the two. You know, Apple Jacks have always been good.
Periodically, I can get down with Apple Jacks. Never been a Lucky Charms dude. Never been a huge fan of marshmallows.
Man, marshmallows are good, but I think that a good cereal can be a good cereal is only boasted by good marshmallows, right? So, but that's it for me.
I've never been a huge fan of marshmallows. That's why I ain't making them cookies.
No, you were hating though. I mean, you were hating. I mean, you sounded a little salty. I'm just gonna say it.
I ain't salty.
All right.
He know what's up.
All right.
You know what's up.
All right,
your man's and them done told you.
And told. Okay, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Your man's and them done told you.
All right, Mike. So here's the thing. So I got a question, dog. So let's. So,
I hope he knows I'm not being serious.
Right.
He may listen later. He can't see my face. So.
Right. All right. So check this out, Mike. So you and I both know what it is to be kind of hood, right? To be kind of gutter, and so I, being, I guess, the one in the family who's considered like the person to handle stuff, right? My family always calls me when they need me to do something, right? Like something that they should be doing, that they should be handling, and so things like, I need to rent a car, I need to go out of town, I need to rent a car, but I ain't got no credit card. Well, that's on you. So what is?
I ain't putting no credit card down for your shit. Like, well,
right.
unless you put cash in my hand and it's enough to cover the insurance.
Well, no. They you know, with that, they'll pay all of that. But here's my thing. So, because I've had that happen like twice. So, what is the most uncomfortable thing your family or someone has asked you to do?
I think I get uncomfortable just in general when people ask me for money. And
no,
it is
like
precisely, no, just I don't get asked for much. And that's the cool thing about my fam. Like, they don't really ask me to do stuff like that, and because they know me, because I ain't really got too much of a filter, and I'm gonna say what needs to be said. So I'm not the one that you're gonna ask. You know, right. The opposite of you. I'm not the one you gonna ask, because when shit ain't right, I'm the one that's gonna tell you this shit ain't right, and right. I'm the one that's gonna tell you about yourself.
Mm-hmm. With the quickness. All right. Yeah. So for me, it's been like renting hotels for them when they go travel, because they travel across country or whatever. And so like renting a car, renting a hotel. Of course, they give me all the money up front or whatever. But so it's not about funds. Okay, let's just say that it's not about funds, right? But then you think about, man, the liability in that if they got in an accident and I ain't there, you know what I'm saying? Then how's all that gonna work, right? And then you think about, well,
can you add them as a driver?
I could, but then that's just extra money. You know what I mean?
Extra money they gotta pay.
Oh,
they gotta pay.
Rasta said a friend of mine asked me to drive 5 hours to bail his son out of jail.
No.
Now let me tell you, is that 5 hours one way, or is that 5 hours round trip, or 5 hours one direction, totaling 10 hours? Because man, I think I would have a problem with either one of those.
I can't. So you mean to tell me you can't call a bail bondsman that's over there?
Well, with bail bondsman, man, that interest is like, man, that's like somebody.
Oh, he said one way. Hell no. Hell no.
No, Rasta.
Hell.
Man, that's
a resounding. That is the hellest of no's.
Yeah, that's tough, bro. Because then you got to take them home, and then whoo. He said he did have a problem with that one. I didn't go.
Yeah. Damn that. Damn your son. He should stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble, son.
He said we ain't friends anymore.
Yeah, I can't. So if you wanted me to ride shotgun with you, and you doing the driving, and you just want somebody to ride shotgun, maybe,
right.
But if I gotta do the driving, your son.
Oh, and
no,
you gotta bail him out, and you gotta put up the money to bail him out.
No. Nope.
Nope. It said no. So it's just interesting, man. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and man, I wish there was some way. If anyone's listening, I would like to get you guys to write into the show and just leave us a voicemail. I'll tell you how to do all that, about what was the most uncomfortable thing your family or someone else has asked you to do for them. He said he never met his son. Man, that's even worse. So, look, if you want to leave a voicemail, 405-283-6376.
I don't even know this nigga, son. Like, what are you talking talking about?
And he got full on gutter with it. He got full on gutter.
What the fuck is you talking about? I don't even know this nigga, son. Like
I know that's your son, but I'm just saying.
No, you got a point. You get the fuck out my face with this shit.
That's tough, man. That's tough. Oh man, that's weird. That's wild. So yeah, please send us a voicemail in, man. 405-283-6376. If you rather type in the email, please hit us up on email, man. Hit it up to ofrfeedback@gmail.com. Please. Like that would be great.
Or send it to the Twitter. Just respond. The craziest thing that someone has ever asked you to do.
Actually, just do #uncomfortable, and it's @FacetiousSpot on Twitter. #uncomfortable, and just give us a story of something that someone asked you to do. Terrence said, "Hey, no information." Exactly.
No, we need to make it. We need to make it a little bit more personal. FP uncomfortable.
FP
podcast uncomfortable.
Okay. So
that way, if someone just hashtags uncomfortable, it's not going to show up under the shit we're looking for.
Right.
FP uncomfortable.
#FP uncomfortable. I want people to let us know, man, because if you hit us up and give us some good ones, we will definitely read them on the show. That would be very interesting because I have a few.
Yeah, I don't even know that nigga, dog. Like, how you?
Oh, Mike is hot right now. He's trying to breathe it out.
Get the fuck out here with that shit.
You breathing like you on your last set, son. You're like.
Speaking of my last set, man, on Tuesday, I did an arm workout.
All right.
And I pushed it. I did arms. I did a little bit of shoulders and back with the row. I did a little bit of rowing, but I did a bunch of bicep curls in the tricep pull down thing. I used the machines. I didn't use free weights. Man, my biceps hurt for the next 4 days, bro.
Man, that's what's up, dog. That's what's up.
No, that's not what's up. I don't like this. I don't like any part of this shit. Like I'm dead ass, son. Like I don't like any part of this. I don't like any part of this working out shit because every time I do a good workout and I get it in, it hurts so fucking bad afterwards. I'm like, I never want to do this again. Like I went back to the gym a couple days later because I've been primarily going every other day, except for my arms hurt. So I said, "Fuck it," and I'm going tomorrow.
But I'm still proud of you though for getting it in. I'm still proud of you for getting it in.
So I just did some cardio. Let me tell you, I got on the little arc thing. It's kind of like an elliptical.
Yeah. Yeah.
The arc trainer. I put that shit on 15 minutes. I kept having to stop. I'm like, my heart rate had gotten up to like 160 something. Like it was like my heart rate was gone. Like it was. I'm like, I can't do this. I kept having to stop.
So is that the cross training?
So I rode
the arms and the legs.
Yeah, buddy. Nope.
He said nope. Okay, check this out.
Yeah. I won't be doing that anytime. I won't be doing that again anytime soon.
You should. Let me tell you why.
If I do, it'll be for a shorter amount of time until I build up a little bit more. Because I tried to do 15 minutes and
nope. Okay. So the reason I say you should, and then we'll move into one thing because Knox just sent us something in the chat that I think we should talk about. But I will say this: my frat brother B Stu, shout out to my boy B Stu. He every single morning because he checks in via MyFitnessPal. This dude, listen, because it's a ridiculous rate at which he does this. In 35 minutes, he burns over 500 calories on that thing.
Damn.
Work, son. I do it for 30 minutes and I only burn like 350, anywhere between 350 and 360. He is putting in 500 and some odd calories in 35 minutes. Nuts, dog.
Yo, I saw this big dude when I was leaving. I saw this big dude on the treadmill, and when we walked past, he was just kind of walking and stuff like that. And then I went back because I thought I left something behind, and he is going like,
Oh, really?
On the treadmill, and I'm like, man, you good?
He said you good. He didn't even say that. No. You all right with me? You cool, brother?
You all right with me? Good. Revolution.
Yeah.
Like,
good on you, brother. Good on you.
Yeah, I can't. I ain't about to do all that. I'd rather get on the bike and put some work in on the bike. I'm getting close to being able to pull off 3 miles in 10 minutes on the bike.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good, man.
But like it's when it's when I'm fresh. When I'm fresh, I can get it. And I can put in 3 miles in about 10 minutes. And it's actually pretty cool. I'm proud of myself. I can do that bike all day. I can do the bike all day now.
Now you see why I bike, right? Now you see why I bike for real. So
now some of this other shit, bro. No, but
no, he said no. You took that personally. Hey, so
yeah, I watched the video with the homie CT Fletcher and Terry Crews. I saw some of the shit that they was doing. I was like, oh no, I never want to do what I do. CT Fletcher will get you hyped though. CT Fletcher will get you hyped to want to go to go just lift a whole bunch of shit. And I'm just like, no, I never want to look like that. I do not want to be an iron addict. Nope. That all looked like it hurt.
It does a little bit, but after a while, I mean, it becomes second nature, man. Just like anything else, the body has a remarkable ability to adjust to a lot of stuff, man, because that's some of the survival mechanism for us.
Check the chat. I'm just saying, check the chat.
What? So all right. So Rasta said a guy at work once asked me if I knew someone that would steal his car for him for insurance purposes. Number one, why did he think you knew somebody that would steal a car?
Because you were black. I had that happen to me. I had that happen to me at work once. This lady locked her keys in the car, and she came by the office and asked me if I had anything that could anybody who know how to jimmy a door and get her door open. And when I said no, I don't know. And she was like, "You don't know no? You mean to tell me you don't know nobody?" Like, and she was like, she was an older white lady, but just the fact that I was the black dude, like, she was like, "You don't know nobody who knows how to break into a car." She was like, I don't want to have to call a locksmith. Like, she was trying not to pay that locksmith money, but I'm like, no, like other than straight breaking your window, like I don't know how to get into a locked car. Like, why the fuck would I know that? And why would any of my people know how to do that? Now I probably could make a couple phone calls, but I wasn't about to do that for that lady. Right,
because it wasn't your car that needed to be getting into, right? Or when your car that needed
and those are phone calls. And those are phone calls that you don't just make for anybody.
Number one, those are phone calls you don't just share the full details over the phone, right? So, but yeah, that's just crazy. You ain't know her.
She was like, you got a hanger you could do this with or something. I'm like, I had a hanger. Even if I had a hanger, I don't fucking know how to do this, lady. Like, I never had to break into a car in my life.
I would have told her, if you don't get your racist, if you don't get the hell up out of here, you're gonna have some problems.
She was always a nice old lady to me before. Back that was back, way back in the day when we thought her dogs were pooping on the site and it was a dude.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that story. But yeah. But like Rasta says, man, microaggressions, dog. That's what it comes down to. That's what it boils down to. But hey, let's not be so aggressive. I wanted to get into the poll of the week because I don't know if we did it last week. Mike, you could tell me.
I don't remember.
I don't think we did it last week because it's still in here as something that I tweeted out. So here we go. So
no.
So last week we discussed why do some people put cell phones in their back pocket, and the poll, I said I would put it out after the show. And I did, and it was flat even, man. It ended up coming out to the fact, which I was surprised, Mike. Like, how did 43% of the people think that the front pockets were too small and that they front pants are too tight? I'm a little baffled on that. And then 14% of the folks said it better secures the phone in the back pocket.
I ain't never done it personally. I ain't never done it, so I don't really know the answer. Like I said, I only know women who've done it, and that's because their front pockets are too small.
I tried it this week. And it just feels odd. Number one, it feels like, I have a pretty big screen phone. Rasta said skinny jeans. Right. I don't wear skinny jeans. But I tried it. It sticks out. And like number two, like, I do a lot of squats. And so like, it just makes my pants look real awkward if I have like a big rectangle in the back of them. I don't like how that makes me look or feel. So I am not a fan of that. I just can't get down like that, Mike. So it's just a little weird, bro. It's just a little weird, man. Yeah. But yeah, 50%, man, or 43.
It's close to. It's close enough. Shit.
Right. But it's half and half. It's 43%, 43%, and 14%. So just, man, I don't know. I guess I don't wear pants that tight. Number one. Number two, my front pockets are always big enough.
I definitely don't wear tight pants. All of my pants are way too big for me at this point because I've lost some weight a little bit, and all of my pants are huge because back I was wearing size 50 pants.
Wow. Well, that was size 50 pants being comfortable for you though, right? Like being baggy and stuff and being loose.
Right. Yeah, and now technically I'm down to 44s, and the 44s is the lowest I've tried. And it's the lowest I've tried that I can fit my thighs in. I got runner thighs, but I got fat runner thighs, but I got runner thighs. Okay. So I had to get those because can't put my thighs in the pants. But yeah, man, I can't do the skin. I'm not about that skinny jean life. I'm from the cross colors era, bro. Like I can't really do this.
I can't do it either.
I was wearing size 50 pants when my real size was 36. So I'm from the cross colors era, dog. It's what we did.
Man, you got a hell of a belt. I'm just saying, man. Boy. But I'll tell you this though. So here's the thing. I guess here's the thing that I noticed. So I'm not even a fan of especially tight suits, dog. So in the NBA and folks like Russell Westbrook and JT and them, they will wear suits with the pants have really, really tight legs, right? And they'll come up higher so they can show the Argyle socks. I'm like, no, son, what are you doing? That is wrong. I don't care who says it's fashionable.
Socks tell me I'll let my pants leg up, player.
Right, exactly. Like, no, son, no. Like I got some N7 socks. I ain't about to show you my socks when I'm in a suit. Period. Like that is not gonna happen. That's not how we get down. This is not. You can see when I sit down. You can see when I sit down. Exactly. This is not why we go get fitted up and tailored up, dog. This is not why we pay the extra money for that. So you can see my. Nah, man, I'm good. Nah, I am absolutely cool. Mm-hmm. Now Simpson probably listening to this and being like, "What do you mean, Jay? You know what I'm saying?" Like he probably listened to it, be like, "No, man, I wear." But then again, Simpson is also from Southside Chicago. I don't see him wearing skinny suit pants either.
Them niggas from Chicago, they still wear zoot suits.
He ain't running around here looking like he rocking the some of the Steve Harvey line. I'm pretty sure I've seen Simpson dressed up.
That nigga rocking the Steve Harvey line with fucking shoulder pads.
With shoulder pads. Oh man, I hate shoulder pads because I have thick shoulders, man. I hate shoulder pads.
I already have broad shoulders. I don't need them.
I don't need the excess, dog. Exactly. And I'm normally wearing an athletic cut. So, Mike, when you get another suit, get you an athletic cut and get the shoulder pads taken out and then get that bad boy tailored to you. Telling you, man.
I wanted to get a red suit. I wanted to get a blood red suit to wear to the Christmas party a few years ago. And don't nobody want me to do that. I was gonna do that. I was gonna do that up. Like I was gonna do it up. Like we going to a Christmas party. Let's do this.
You know how you do it?
Nobody wants to red suit.
You know how you do it? Don't go all red. What you do, you trim in red. You go in black. You get a white shirt with a red and white tie, or or you can reverse. You can verse and get a red shirt with a white and red tie. You can reverse it and then get your Santa hat.
I have 2 red shirts though.
So I mean, I have 1 red shirt that I usually wear for my Christmas. I got to refresh my wardrobe. But Mike, right now, your boy is in a spot in my size. I am at the size where I'm transitioning from the size I was to the size that I want to be. But right now, I need clothes.
That's not fun,
place to be, man.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that's not fun.
No,
yeah, this simply is not fun. And that's the worst part about losing weight. Is like, man, I got all these damn clothes and getting a new job because I had uniforms before.
Right.
All I did was buy my pants.
Right.
This damn chat is getting on my nerves. Let me go ahead and mute that real quick.
So, but it's all good though. I just wanted everyone to sit down and think about what makes you uncomfortable. I want to see where you at on your walk, Mike, and yeah, I want to go over the poll a little bit.
It's been a few days. It's been a few days, but I'm all right.
That's what's up.
I'm going back tomorrow.
Yeah, I went back to CrossFit today, man, and I was in there wheezing like I had asthma. It was tough. Like they was working me over, working your boy over, dog.
You gotta have that CrossFit shit.
Man, you know what? It's good. I ain't gonna lie. It's really good, bro. It's really good. But Mike,
I don't like it. I don't like any of this. I don't like any of this. And then knowing that eventually I really am gonna have to put some thought into my diet. I don't want to do any of this. I'd rather just be fat, bro. Like you wouldn't. No, it's too much. I'd rather just be fat, bro.
Nah, bro. Hey, real easy solution for the food. I told you, Fit Men Cook. Now got an app on Android and iOS. Fit Men Cook. Telling you, tons of recipes. Has a calendar. Dude started off big. Dude is now fit. Did all his own cooking. Never relied on anyone. Learned to cook in the process. Anybody can do it. If he can do it, anybody can do it. You can do it, bro. I'm telling you. He can do it, man. Look at him.
Okay.
He's reluctantly looking it up right now. But all right, so
I'm pulling it up, but that's not saying that I'm doing anything with it. But I would really like some more ideas of what to cook and stuff like that.
He literally has.
I usually pretty same things, so it's a good idea. It's a good idea. Give me some ideas, and
yeah,
I'm very picky about what I eat, and my girl is very picky about what she eats, and so I'm not sure. My mileage may vary.
Right. Here's the thing: you're a pretty good cook, so some of the recipes and stuff, I will say, like he has a lot of great ingredients, but when they come together, if you follow his stuff to the letter, it's gonna be kind of bland. So add your own spices in, add your own flavors in, and it'll be really, really good. So
was he a white dude?
No, black dude. Black dude.
Oh, you black dude? Okay, that's good. Cause so he don't really use no seasonings.
He does use seasonings. They just don't within the meals. They don't really permeate the food as much as you would think. He uses a lot of sweet potatoes because I love sweet potatoes. He uses a lot of sweet potatoes in his stuff. But he has a lot of stuff that doesn't have sweet potatoes in it as well. I actually have his app on my phone, and I'll pull it up so you guys can see exactly what it looks like. If you are interested in checking it out. So I don't know if you can see it right there, but it's this orange one. Oh, I don't know if they can even check that out. But
no, we can't see it. It's a little bit too much of a glare.
Yeah, it's really
too
bright.
Much of a glare.
That glare is really high.
Yeah, so it'd be all right.
Yeah, but anyway, like he has tons of food options and everything. Yeah, that glare is ridiculous. All right, so y'all go check that out. Fit Men Cook. It's really cool. But Mike, I'm getting ready to get up out of here, man, because it's hot in this room and I don't have my fan going. So why don't you go ahead and get your shout outs in, play up.
Man, just shout out to everybody that's in the chat, everybody that'll listen and watch later. Shout out to Mass Effect because Mass Effect is dope, and I've been playing a pretty good amount of it. It pretty much it changed my day. Like I was not prepared to do this show at all. And my girl is currently mad at me because I was in the middle of a mission that I couldn't really stop. So I just got it paused in there, and she wanted to get on Netflix. So
right, yeah. That's tough.
So yeah, all that. So I shout out to Mass Effect. Shout out to Horizon whenever I get back to it. Shout out to the homie Chase. We did a short Scarcasm because we were supposed to do our live streaming thing, but something with the HDMI protocol from the PS TV.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The PS TV, it doesn't have unlike the PS4, it doesn't have the thing that you can change the setting to turn the thing off where you can't stream. So so we couldn't do that. So we ended up doing a show, and then he playing some game on PlayStation, some Japanese nonsense where it's vampires.
Okay.
And they're out on the street, and you fight them by ripping their clothes off, because then the sun gets them, and then
keep a strip.
I guess, I think that's what the name of it is.
Casual Terror.
That is the dumbest. That is the dumbest game, the dumbest concept for a game. And he spent so much time talking to people. Like we sat there for like an hour or so, and he spent so much time talking to people. I barely saw him fight anybody.
Right. No,
it's like, this is what y'all want. This is what y'all like.
Look, man, it's kind of set up like Persona, where you got to develop relationships, talk to people, and everything. So it's more of a social interaction as well. So you kind of build relationships, but you play. So it's kind of like the anime side, where you're building relationships, but you play action as well, and that's different.
But I'm messing on anime.
I know. So that's why it's gonna be tough for you. That's why it's interesting. So hopefully we can check that out with you checking that out, man. So that'll be fun.
It's on Chase's Twitch.
Yeah.
It's Awakened Heathen.
Okay, that's what's up. Anything else?
Check out the Dream Team. We just put up a show. We went over this list. Somebody put out a list of the top football movies ever made, and we tear that list apart.
Any given Sunday,
it's some nonsense.
Like any given Sunday, got to be up at the top.
All of the stuff that we liked, were like really low. It was like the top 30, and like Varsity Blues, which is top 5 all time, was like number 20. Do you know what the number 1 movie was? I'm gonna spoil it for you.
Longest Yard.
You could tell who put this list together. Number 1 was motherfucking Rudy, my nigga. Rudy. Football movie of all time.
It was an object of its time.
Of all time, dog.
It was an object of its time. It was good. Rudy was good.
And then like there was a movie in the top 5 that nobody ever heard of. It was like a documentary about a fucking Tennessee high school team or some shit like that. And you're just like, how the fuck does Varsity Blues Varsity Blues is the greatest football movie of all time. Fight me, dog.
Wow. I never seen Varsity Blues, so I'm gonna leave that with you.
Yeah. You never seen Varsity Blues? That was actually good. It was one of the good MTV movies.
No, that was hard.
When that was back when MTV actually made their own movies.
Made action entertainment.
Right when it was transitioning. That's when it was transitioning away from just music.
He said at least it wasn't Hoosiers. But Hoosiers was hoops though, but yeah, it was just football.
Hoosiers was up there, but there was a list of basketball, but there wasn't very many basketball movies because it was like 18 slides and half of those were ads. Apparently they didn't think there's a lot of basketball movies out there. Like some of the stuff that didn't even make the list. Sunset Park ain't make the list. Coach Carter ain't make the list. Carter ain't make the list at all, dog.
He got game.
So I tell you, He Got Game was up there. You know who made the list, dog.
Right. Love and Basketball?
Not us. Love and Basketball was on the list, though.
Okay. All right. Now we talking.
Love and Basketball, that's top 3, dog.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man.
Love and Basketball, He Got Game, and what else? Oh, yeah, 6 Man won't even on the list. It should have been down on the list. Now, I'm not saying it should be at the top, but it should be on the list, bro.
What up, Heathen? Yeah, man, we just got to
talk. So listen to that.
Blue Chips got to be up in there. Blue Chips got to be up in there. But we're talking about we'll probably bring that up.
The basketball list wasn't in order though. It was just basketball.
It was just thrown out there. Okay. All right. Well, real quick, I got a couple of shout outs here before we get up out of here. Real quick, I want to give shout outs to everybody who joined us in the chat tonight. And Waking Heathen, Simpson, Terrence, Will, Geek William, Keith, and Shownuff. So thank you guys for dropping. Shownuff, he didn't drop in the chat tonight, but I'm thanking him because for Gamer Hustlers Radio, episode 471, I believe it was his last episode, the last one he was on, because his work schedule's changing, and he won't be able to. He doesn't want to push the show back to wait on him in order for a start time because he lives so far west. So that's a consideration deal. So I understand that, man. But shoot, really appreciate all the stuff you've done for GHR and for OFR, man. And also, there are solutions to get you to start your PC up in big picture mode. You got to set it up in Steam. Every time you start Steam, start big picture mode, and then you got to set up as a startup item for Steam to start upon startup. So when that happens, you'll jump right into big picture mode. So there's a way to manage that for you. But just hit me up if you had any questions about all of that stuff. Yeah, I like this PC gaming joint. And I wanted to talk about some other things that I finished this week, but I guess I'll hang on to that for next week. That being Horizon Zero Dawn and Marvel's Iron Fist. I finished both of those. And
I've already spoke on Iron Fist twice.
Yeah, so
I'll tell you the biggest problem with Iron Fist. Here's the biggest problem with Iron Fist. Well, there's two problems.
Here we go.
One.
I'm in this hot ass room. Just by the way,
his struggle was too similar to Daredevil's, and they tried to separate it from Daredevil. You know, the dude fighting against the corporate infrastructure. That shit just didn't work because they tried to deviate too far from Daredevil, and it just didn't work. They should have just, you know, even if you would have did something similar, it would have been just fine. Two, in every superhero anything, the first movie or the first TV series, by the end of the first season, they know everything that they're capable of, what they're not, and all of that. So with the exception of Smallville, everything that they're capable of, they know it, they understand it, they know how to turn it on, they know when to turn it off. Like, all of that stuff is usually the case. By the end of the first movie, all of that is the case. Not with Iron Fist. And because of that fact, it lessens the whole thing, because the whole point was for us to see Iron Fist, and we barely saw any Iron Fist.
I mean, he had the Iron Fist. It's just that he didn't understand the depths of the additional, I guess, powers he had as the Iron Fist. He only thought it stopped at the fist.
I mean, it's implied. It's implied, but it's not explicitly said that he got the Iron Fist and then he left. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't have the Iron Fist that long. He said he trained 15 years for it, but it seems like he got the Iron Fist and was like, all right, I need to go to New York.
Yeah, he bounced.
Yeah. That's not really a spoiler.
That's not a spoiler, one, Will. It's really not. It really, 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 really is not. Believe me, if you just continue watching the show, man, you'll see that. But it's not a spoiler, because that's not anything that happened. That's not any of the major antagonists. That's not any, not even any details on any particular scenes or anything. So,
and in a show called Iron Fist, why is Ward the most interesting character?
Oh, I like Ward. Like, he commanded some scene presence, man. I like that cat. I like that cat a lot.
They spent too much time in the corporate. All right. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, let's get up out of here.
We'll talk about that next week.
Yeah,
next week.
All right, everybody. So thank you so much for watching and or listening to Facetious episode 66. Again, get us your feedback. We really appreciate it. Rate us on iTunes or wherever you listen to the show, and try to spread it around with anybody. Even NPR, who's doing a lot of shows, actually has a hashtag called Tripod. So if you recommend it to somebody, do hashtag Tripod and then recommend Facetious. Maybe we'll get picked up by the big NPR stream. But just hashtag Tripod if you want to recommend it to somebody. That'd be cool. I really appreciate it. Heathen said he's going to stream tonight. I might get out there and check out a little bit of it, but honestly, I'll be out there in Mass Effect. So everybody, thanks everybody for watching and listening. Y'all be good, and peace out to the Warriors. Love y'all. We'll be back next week.
Peace out to the Warriors.